everyone. How are you doing today? This is Melanie, and I hope you're having a fantastic day doing whatever you're doing. Um, Through the years, I ran across this article, and I wish I would have posted the author of this, so I'm not sure if this is just something I grabbed off the internet or from another source, but I decided that it was important enough that I wanted to share it with you. It has a profound effect on people and how we view things. So this is the information. I'm going to paraphrase it. So she says, over the years, I've learned dozens of little tricks and insights for making life more fulfilling. They add up to significant improvement in the ease and quality of my day-to-day life. These major breakthroughs are just a handful of insights, but they completely rocked my world. The world that I live in now is completely different than the one I lived in 10 years ago. And when I started into looking at the mechanics of the quality of life, it wasn't the world and its people that changed the reality. It was how I thought about it. Maybe you've had these same insights, or maybe these things have changed your life, but here they are for me. You are not your mind. The first time I heard somebody say that, I thought, what the heck? How could that be? I had taken for granted that the mental chatter in my head was central to me. All it is the experiences that you've had. It's just a big recorder for the experiences that you've had. The first time I could see it quite clearly is that life is nothing but passing experiences, and my thoughts are just categorizing that. They're no different than sights, sounds, and smells. Like any experience, they arise, I give them awareness, they have a certain texture or flair, and then they give way to something else. If you observe your thought like you observe other objects, who's doing the observing? Don't answer that too quickly. Who's doing the observing? This question is an unspeakable answer. It's the center of all religions and traditional spiritual theories. Life unfolds only in moments. Of course, I called this the most important thing I ever learned. Nobody has ever experienced anything that wasn't part of a single moment unfolding. That means life's only challenge is dealing with the single moment that you're having now. Before I recognized this, I was constantly trying to solve my entire life, battling problems that weren't actually even happening. Anyone can summon the resolve to deal with a single present moment as long as they are truly aware that that's their only point of contact with life. Therefore, there is nothing else one can do that would be possibly useful. Nobody can deal with the past or the future because they only exist in thoughts. But we can kill ourselves trying. The quality of life is determined by how you deal with your moments, not by which moments happen and which moments don't. I'm going to repeat that. The quality of life is determined by how you deal with your moments, not which moments happen and which moments don't. Think about that deeply. I now consider this to be the truth of happiness. It's amazing how tempting it is to grasp at control of every circumstance, trying to make sure that you get exactly what you want. Boy, don't all of us do that. There is nothing to fear if you agree with yourself to deal willingly with adversity when it does show up. That is how to make life better. Typically, the low leverage method is to hope that you eventually accumulate enough power over your circumstances that you can get what you want more often. There's an excellent line in a Modest Mouse song celebrating the side effect of wisdom. As life gets longer, awful feels softer. Oh, this is so entertaining. Most of life is imaginary. Human beings have a habit of compulsive thinking that's so persuasive that we lose sight of the fact that we're nearly always thinking. Most of what we interact with is not the world itself, but our beliefs about it and our expectations and our personal interests in it. We have a very difficult time observing something without confusing it with a bunch of thoughts we have about it. So the bulk of experience we have in life is imaginary things, like Mark Twain. I've been through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. This is so fun. The best treatment, cultivating mindfulness. Human beings have evolved to suffer, and we're better at suffering than anything else. Yikes, it doesn't sound like a liberating discovery. I used to believe that suffering meant there was something wrong with me. Now, this is important. I used to believe that if I was suffering, it meant there was something wrong with me. Suffering is a human and completely normal experience, and it's a good reason for existence. It's life's persistent background hum. Something's not okay. I need to improve this. It's kind of like a measurement. These intense flashes of horror and adrenaline, which kept human beings alive for millions of years, are just telling you to escape the present moment and something has to change. It's a simple, ruthless survival mechanism that works exceedingly well. But the horrific side effect is that humans suffer greatly by nature. This, for me, redefined every one of life's problems as some tendril of the human condition. One, suffering does not necessarily mean that my life is going wrong. That's really good. Two, the ball's always in my court, so the degree to which I suffer is up to me. Three, all problems have some sort of cause and some sort of solution, all of them. Emotions exist to make us biased. So I used to think that emotions were reliable indicators of the state of my life, whether I'm on track or not. You're passing emotional states. They cannot be trusted for your self-worth or your position in life. So you have to let go of that. The trouble with emotions is that they make us biased and forceful at the same time. It's simply another mechanism for survival. No side effects should be for emotions. All people operate for two motivations: to fulfill their desires and to escape from suffering. Learning this will allow you to sense how other people can hurt each other so badly. The best explanation I have for this is some people are just bad. Well, what a cop out. No matter what kind of behavior people exhibit, they are acting in the most effective way that they are capable, either fulfilling a desire or trying to relieve their suffering. These are the motives that we can always, all of us, understand. Some methods are skillful and helpful, and other methods are destructive. Some of them are the motives are unconscious. So there's no good and evil, only dumb and smart, wise and foolish. Oh, this is so much fun. Beliefs are nothing to be proud of. Now listen to that. Beliefs are nothing to be proud of. Having a belief is not an accomplishment. I grew up thinking that beliefs were something to be proud of. They're really nothing but opinions, and one refuses to reconsider them. So think about that. When you're attached to a belief, you don't reconsider it, you simply believe it. Beliefs are easy. The stronger your belief, the less open you are to wisdom. Listen to that. The stronger your belief, the less open you are to wisdom. Only the intensity to which you resist questioning yourself is your attachment to that belief. It's a measurement. As soon as you're proud of your belief, you think it adds something to who you are. It's part of your ego. Listen to the die-hard conservatives and liberals talk about their beliefs, and you'll listen to people who never hear what each other says, no matter what. They just speak forcefully. Isn't that the truth? Wherever there is belief, there's a closed door. Take the belief that stands up to your uttermost scrutiny, and don't be afraid to lose them. Objectivity is subjective. Life is a subjective experience and cannot be escaped. Every experience I've come through on my own, personal, unshareable viewpoint. There's no peer reviews of my direct experience. No real corroboration. So, the most immediate one I realize is to trust my own personal experience. Nobody else has this angle, only I have it, okay? I claim to have built the world entirely from scratch by me. That's you building your own world entirely from scratch. You mustn't let outside observers be the authority on your life. This is real life. It's something that each of us builds on top of our minds. This truth has been world-shattering for me, and I certainly hope that these insights not only help you, but help anyone else who gets a hold of this information and actually utilizes it and ponders it to make your life better. Thank you.